Greetings. Today I'm going to show you how to make a restaurant menu. Well, here's mine, and in the course of this video you're going to learn how to make your own. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the assignment, and I'm going to click on the Word document that will give me the contents of the menu. And I've given this to you because I want you to focus on designing your menu and not on what you're going to put on the menu itself. Okay, so I'm opening a new document, and the size is letter, and the orientation is portrait, and I'm going to make a 0.5 inch, half-inch margin all the way around. Copy, paste, and we do that till we're done. Okay. Now the first thing I want to show you how to do here is I want to show you how to set your preferences, because someone had asked me, well, this is set up with A4 being the preference. So you scroll down till you find letter and you click on that, and then if you have any other preferences that you like, this is where you put it in. You click apply. Okay, and I already had that set. So I am going to create a text box. And in this text box, I'm going to put the name and address of my restaurant. Okay, so I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to copy it, and then go back to Scribus and edit text, paste. Okay, now I want this centered, and this of course starts at Arial regular. I want something big and bold, and actually we'll go to our fonts preview, and I've done a lot of searching here, and let's see, find a big one I actually want. Okay, now the mouse isn't responding. Oh, don't you love it? You're making a video and nothing responds. There we go. Okay, we're back. HIJ, what I want is called Hobo, and I'll show it to you in here. I'll just use there. I'm going to use that one. Okay, and I can press set all I want and close it. It's not going to. No, it doesn't take. You have to highlight it. Go here, I'll scroll down till I get to Hobo. Okay, and I'm actually going to change the name of the restaurant to My Italian Restaurant, and I'm going to make this bigger. I'm actually going to make the name of the restaurant far bigger. And I'm going to give it a drop shadow. And let's see what that looks like. Okay. Oops. Alright, now I don't have a lot of space between these lines. I don't like that. And quite honestly, I haven't figured out what to do about that. There are in Scribus, there's ways to make the print smaller or take up less space, but as far as um, the space between the lines, that's called leading. I haven't figured out how to do that in Scribus. So anyway, I just made the letters just a little smaller, and I'm going to make another text box, and okay, there we go. It's supposed to snap to the guides. It's snapped on that side. Okay, doesn't quite snap on that side. Doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to take the meat of this and I'm going to copy it and then go back to Scribus and edit text and paste. Okay. Now I have made my story editor box bigger. Let me show you. You can take the lower right hand corner and drag and make it as big as you want. And this way you can see everything. Now what we want to do is organize this text in a way that's going to be pleasing for your customers in your restaurant to see, and so they can make an informed choice in what they want to have for dinner or for lunch. And we learned a lot about text in this chapter, or this week's lesson. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to choose a font that is easy to read. There it is. It's Garamond, and the only problem is, you see here, that X there, that means we need to make our text frame bigger. And I'm going to make it as big as the entire page. There we go. Okay, so far so good. Now, in order to organize this so that it's easy for customers to read, because this is all, the text is all mushed together, I'm going to start creating groups of things. So what that means is we have the starters, okay, combo platters, soup of the day, salad, pasta, or if you're in England, it's pasta. Okay, seafood, and chicken, steak, and pork. And I'm going to be hungry after this. Okay, so one of the things that really bothers me about the way this is set up is that the prices for things right in the middle there. And if we go back to the original document, yep, it's right in the middle there. But what they used here is a different font for the subject headings, and the names of the dishes are bolded. And we can do that, not a problem. So I'm going to highlight this, and you don't have to use different fonts and different colors. You can just work with boldness and italics. One of the nice things about choosing a type, like highlighting everything and choosing one type, is that with this drop-down menu, you have everything in the Garamond family right there. And I just lost it. Let's just click off there. Okay, so we have regular, medium, italic, bold. And so I could just choose bold. Whoops, I didn't have anything highlighted for this. Or I could find something else. But I'm just going to make these bold. And another thing I can do to make these more readable, let's just click out of that so you can see. that it's getting better, but what I'm going to do is not only make them bold, but make them bigger. Okay, so each of these is going to be bold and big. You could create a style like we learned in the last lesson last week, and it will do this for you. That's okay. I'm just going to do it this way because it really isn't a big deal. Bold 13. Oh, see, now it went back to Arial, and that's because I didn't have this highlighted. I might have had the row above or something highlighted, and that happens sometimes. Okay. Now let's see what it looks like. Pretty good. So now we can see the difference between the subject headings, or the different kinds of items on the menu. Here we have, see, there just isn't enough room here. And our chicken Roma. And I think there's another one. I think it's my favorite, which is chicken marsala. I love marsala. I just made that the other day. If anyone wants that recipe, it is really good. Very simple. So we have a problem here. If this is all going to fit on one page, we're going to have to do something creative with it. And as I said before, I have a real problem with the prices being in the middle. You want something like that to stand out. And also here on Soup of the Day, it says $2 or $3, then option, cup, bowl. I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use what's here, where starters, everything in that category is that price. If you look at the prices, a lot of them are pretty similar. Seafood lasagna is $14 and the rest are $12.50, but I'm not really starting a restaurant, so I don't care that much. So I'm just going to make those all $13. So here's the way I'm going to do it. Go back to the text editor, and I'm going to get rid of option here. That bothers me. It's either a cup or a bowl, and that's it. You shouldn't have it repeated like that. Just saying. Okay. Now, all the salads here are $9. So I'm going to take this out here, Control X, and I'm going to make sure that I have, after salads, one space, and then a space between that dash and the 9. I'm going to do that for everything here. You want to make sure that all of your lettering and everything is consistent, because people will notice that. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to make all of the pasta $12, and get rid of those. And I'm going to make these $13 so that dash space $13. That way, if I lose a little money on the seafood, I'll make a little more on the other stuff. So it'll all work out. I like the idea of things being easy. Okay, and the seafood. The catfish has a small and a large size, and I like